Hello, hello, hello. Here it is, February the 20th, Thursday. We're at the end of the week. Uh, Another glorious day in February, the Black History Month, the Love Month. That's what I'm officially calling it by. Just trying to share love, trying to share encouragement. I heard something today, because a lot of times we want to get ahead of ourselves and we feel like God may be holding us back, and we're like, let me in, coach. So it's a story, I think it's called The Baton Hitter. When I heard the story, it made me almost want to start shouting because it was like a rhema word. A rhema word is a word from God that fits your exact situation. Logos word is when you read the Bible, you hear a word and you're like, okay, I might need that later. I'm not going to discard it. I'm going to tuck it away. But a rhema word is very relevant to your current situation. So the story was that it was about this baseball player. He was a very good baseball player in college. So he ended up going to the major league, the MLB, Major League Baseball. And the coach was using him as a designated hitter. And he was doing really good. He was getting doubles, home runs, grand slams. And, he had a lot of support behind him. His teammates, his fans in the stands, they was all up in his ear. But, he went to the manager and was like, man, why can't I be a starter? Why can't I get in the lineup? And the manager kind of blew him off and just said, I got you in this role for a reason. He didn't tell him exactly why. Well, after a while, hearing all this validation, how good he was, he began to let that get in his head, and it caused him resentment. So when free season came up, he had a chance to go to another team. So he went to another team. He said, man, the manager ain't giving me no PT. I need to go to another team. I could be a star. I could be an all-star. Well, he was doing very, very good until he went up against his old team who had the manager. And he seen the manager walk up to the baseball mound, and he called they switched pitchers. So this pitcher, he was throwing the ball, he was throwing pitches low into the outside. Well, this all-star baseball player, he wasn't able to hit those balls, so he struck out. Strike one, strike two, strike three. At the end of the game, he had 4 strikeouts. I'm talking about this dude went from hitting grand slams and home runs and doubles to 4 strikeouts. Well, the next game he played, the team used the same strategy against the player. Well, it caught on because he seen the strategy. Said, okay, I know his weakness. So he ended up failing all the way to the minor league. He went from the major leagues to the minor league. And he just so happened ran into the manager, when he was playing for a minor team. He said, hey, why didn't you give me no playing time? Why didn't you make me a starter? Why didn't you add me to the lineup? And the manager said, I knew you had a weakness, and I didn't want to expose you before it was time. So I was trying to give you time to develop. And a lot of times I see this when we want to get ahead of ourselves. We want to get ahead of God. We're praying for that promotion. We're praying for that house. We're praying for whatever be the case, whatever, for God to build a church, to expand the church. But only God knows if we're ready. He give us time to, in the dark, to work out our flaws, to work out things, issues in our hearts. A lot of times we see the promotion, but we might not see the responsibility. We might see the new big house, but we might not be ready or handle the mortgage that comes with it. So a lot of times we just got to continue to trust God, because God is intentional. If he's not doing something, it's on attention. If he is doing something, it's on attention. God is not a God that's going to make mistakes. He is perfect. He's all-knowing, all-powerful, all-present. So stay encouraged and know that you may not be where you want to be, But you're right where God wants you to be. Me too. There's some things that I want to see happen. You know what I'm saying? 2020 is my year. You know, give me spiritual clarity. Open up my eyes. Oh God, I'm not where I'm at, where I want to be. But I know I'm right where God wants me to be. So stay encouraged and God bless you. Love y'all. Thank you for tuning in.